the E Street Band. They set all kinds of records all Christmas season with the sales of the Springsteen live album set. But even as the historic records were being put together, at least one band member was busy on another project. And to tell us about that, we're joined by our music correspondent, Rona Elliott. Good morning, Rona.
Good morning, Bryant. Mighty Max Weinberg, 12 years with the band, has always been different than your average drummer. He has written a book about drummers, and now he's begun a different sort of tour, lectures on college campuses. We talked to him about his campus talks and, of course, about playing the drums.
When I hit the drums and when I play the drums on stage, I go 1,000%. There is no holding back. That's why I guess they call me Mighty Max.
How did you get the name Mighty Max for those the uninitiated who don't know?
I think it was because I can just go all night. You know, see, when you're not the leader of the band, you can only stop when the leader stops. So really, I have to be able to go longer than he can. And he can go a long time.
You were out on what has to be one of the longest rock and roll tours ever, 18 months. You could have taken a well-earned vacation, but what you did instead was start a lecture series. How come?
Well, I guess I had something to say. My dream had always been to play in a band like this. And I got what I wanted. But I found out during that, sort of quest for that dream that it wasn't all about dreaming. There was a lot more to it. I go into this during the lecture. They call it a lecture. It's more of a conversation with me, about how I grew up within the band.
But it was during the recording of the River record where I came face to face with myself and found out the very large difference between my drumming controlling me and me controlling my drumming.
Are you surprised by the response of these audiences to this series of talks? I mean, they come with an idea of seeing, Mighty Max Weinberg, the famous drummer for the E Street Band, and then, here you are. You could be one of them, really.
They don't know what to expect. A drummer talking, and what do you talk about?
Drummer talking.
A drummer talking, right. It's really rewarding. I really enjoy it. They don't know what to expect. I don't know what to expect.
You could have as easily taken the road to law school as become a rock and roll drummer. So what happened?
I met Bruce Springsteen, and he made me the best offer possible to join his band. This was in 1974, and saw his ad in a paper to audition, went down and played. It was an experience that I've never had anywhere else in my life, except perhaps meeting my wife, Becky.
I need my girl down on the block. That Monday when the phone calls time, I've already got Friday on my mind. When the whistle blows, girl, I'm down the street. I'm home, I'm out of my work clothes. When I'm out on the street.
Now, you actually had a long musical history before the E Street Band.
Yeah, cruise ships, weddings, bar mitzvahs, music for all occasions. That's what my game was, and I just figured it all went into the experience side of the ledger, and it helped.
It really was in the early 60s that you found your hero. So why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, everything stopped for me when I saw Ringo Starr play on the Ed Sullivan Show with the Beatles. I mean, that was it, and I was this little kid with the drum set and the dream. But now when I saw Ringo, I had something else. I had a hero. And when I saw him play, I could tell that guy was having the time of his life, and I wanted to do that.
Like a lot of other performers, you've actually suffered physically for your art. You almost lost the use of your hands.
Well, I did. I developed a real painful condition, tendinitis in my hands from playing so hard for so many years. I mean, I'm 35. I've been playing the drums since I was 6. Almost 30 years of banging on things, that's going to take its toll. I mean, I wake up in the morning and my hands would be like claws. I couldn't open them. I couldn't bend them.
Now, on the Born in the USA tour, at times you had to actually tape your drumstick to your ring finger.
Well, as a matter of fact, yeah, this finger went out 3 weeks into the tour. The tour lasted about 15 or 16 months, and I couldn't bend it. I couldn't use it. I ended up having to tape it to the stick just so it wouldn't flop around. Thankfully, I met a doctor who operated on my hands 7 times and really saved my career.
You traveled all over the world on the Born in the USA tour. You're traveling all over the country now. What have people come up and said to you that you didn't expect? Or what's the thing that's really moved you the most?
Well, I had something happen at the Giant Stadium that was really incredible. I came out one night and I found a note on the windshield of my car. And it was amazing how what was written in that note hit me. It said, "Dear Max, I'm 14 years old and I play the drums. And your drumming really inspires me. I guess you're like my Ringo Starr. Thanks, Marty." That was amazing. That I could do that for somebody. That feels good.
As you can tell, Max is a man with a mission, and he will continue to deliver his message, even as the live album continues to thrill E Street Band followers everywhere. Right?
At $30, it's quite a thrill.